Hi, it's Jamie, and what I'd like to show you now is how to create a PDF contact sheet and also how to combine this three selected images with your PDF contact sheet so that you have one PDF to upload to the classroom. This is what I expect you to hand in each week for your shooting assignments, so I just want to go ahead and show you how to do that for any of you who still aren't quite sure how to do this. So you want to be in Lightroom, obviously, and from the library, you go ahead and find your images and make your selection of 35, and then with those 35 images selected, go ahead and click on the print menu, and this is going to pull up the print dialog box for us. And from here, what we're going to do is we're going to set a few things. I'm just going to close these so that we start out with them all closed. And the first thing that we're going to change is the layout. Since we're doing a contact sheet, we want to combine lots of images onto the sheet. And I personally find that 4 rows and 3 columns makes for a decent size image to look at when we're viewing them on the screen. So go ahead and set that there. And the other thing that I like to do is just add a little bit of cell spacing. What this does is separates the images and puts some space in between them so that we can see them more clearly. The other thing I like to do is make sure that we click on the Keep Square button. What this will do is keep the aspect ratio the same so that we don't get any skewed images or any zoomed in images. Which brings me to another setting here, and what we want to do under image setting is we want to make sure that none of these boxes are checked. When we put the little bit of padding in there, that basically we don't need a stroke around the image, and we don't want to zoom to fill, because what zooming to fill does, it actually pushes the square out and it zooms in on the image and we don't see the whole image that you photographed. And this is pretty useless to me because I can't see your compositions as you saw them through the camera. So you just want to double check that all of these are unchecked. And then the next thing I want you to do is under page, and this is where you can be a little bit more fancy if you'd like. I personally do not like identity plates or watermarks on the contact sheets because it obscures the view for us to see. So we want to see your photographs, we want to be able to see them. Nobody is going to be able to steal your images off these contact sheets because the quality is not going to be good enough for anything. So don't feel like you have to put that on there. Now if you insist, then what I would really prefer you do is to make sure that it's small and it does not obscure the image in any way. It can be anywhere else in the photo but on the page, just not over the image. It's best just not to do it. But you can see you just check these marks, and what that does is you can then select different background colors. But what we're really looking for here is this photo info. And what the info does is it reads the metadata and it's going to add any of these things on there. Exposure is the one that we're looking for, that I'm looking for, and it's really, really important that you have the exposure setting listed under the images. The other one that you might want to add is file name. This makes it a little bit easier for us to see them. And basically under edit, what you can do is combine them. So we can do file name and we can also do exposure. As you can see, it added both of them, and then you just click done. And what that does is it shows both of them together there. You can make your own custom settings too as well, so that's how you would do that. So that being checked, and we've double checked everything else, now we're going to go into print job, and under printer, print to, we want to print to the printer. When you get Adobe Photoshop in Lightroom, usually you get Adobe Acrobat Professional, and in that program, when that gets installed on your computer, it installs a print dialog or printer that actually prints to PDF. And we'll see that in a moment. But the next thing I want to do is uncheck this draft mode printing. We don't want to print in draft mode because what that will do is make for a low quality image, and it will actually change the colors of your photos. So we want to print in a print resolution. This is to actually print it on the computer, but since we're just viewing it on the screen, a 150 is plenty good enough. We don't want to use any sharpening, and the color management, managed by the printer should be fine. So this is all good. So you just want to do that. Make sure that you unclick the draft printing, that you put your print resolution in, 300 for physically printing, and for the screen you can get away with 72 to 150, but most of our computers and internet capabilities can handle the higher resolution, so you might as well go ahead and use it. So once everything's checked off, then you go ahead and click the print button, and this is going to pull up your print dialog box. And like I said, when you install Photoshop and the collection that you get, then that usually comes with the Adobe PDF printer option, or print to PDF. So you're just going to pull it up in your little dialog box and hit print. And what that will do then is start the process here, and we will pull up a dialog box which you can name the file and tell it where to save it. And here it comes. Here we go. So I'm just going to save these to my desktop for now, and you would save it to whichever folder that you want to. So we're going to go ahead and save that. Oh, no, I don't want to open there. Apparently there's a folder on my desktop called Contact Sheet. There it is. So we're going to skip that. Should, oh, these computers, they're smarter than me apparently. No, they're not. But just let me, here we go. We'll just call it Contact Sheet 1. There we go. And while that's saving, well, we can't do it. So while that's saving, you can see that it's creating the PDF. It's going to run through all of the images and organize them for us. So yeah. It's going to take a little while, and through the magic of computers. Okay, so it's finishing up, and what it will do now is we'll open up that PDF that we just created once it's finished here, and we'll be able to view it real quick before we move on. So here it comes. There we go. And there we go. So we see our exposure settings and the name, or the name of the camera, which is really good. So we got our f-stops and what number, so that we can identify the photograph for everybody to see. So I'm going to go ahead and close that because we don't need it. Now what I want to show you is how to select, for the 3 selected images, how you would create that contact sheet. And we're just going to select 3 photographs here, and we can see that we're still in that layout for the contact sheet, but we only want single images on a page. So we're going to make it 1 row and 1 column, and then we're going to change the height and width, and you can see they come together because we have that keep square button, until we can't make it any bigger. So there we go. It's nice and big, and we have 3 pages with each individual image on its own page. Then because we have everything else set up pretty good, we can just go ahead and click print again, and we're going to create the second PDF. So now we have 2 PDFs. One's a contact sheet and one's the selected images. So here we go. Then we're going to go ahead and click save. And while it's doing that, you want to go ahead and get your Adobe Acrobat Pro open here, which it's opening for me right now. And we're going to click on this one right here. We're going to combine files into one PDF. So by clicking on this, it's going to pull up another dialog box here, and we're going to add files to it. And we're going to just add files again. And then we're going to go find the 2 files that we've created, although the one's probably still in this. We click on this, grab the top here. I'm making the computer do too much. Let's just give it a moment to think. There we go. And let's find that first folder, that first file, which is right there. Contact sheet. We're going to click open, and it will show up right here. And once Lightroom's finished making the other one, then we'll be able to pop it in there. So I think it looks like it's finished here. It's about to open it up for us. There it is. So there's our selected images PDF, which is great. And again, I'm just going to close that because we don't need it right now. And then basically in this dialog box here, again, we're going to add the file. We're going to just do the same thing. We're going to go and find the selected image contact sheet. There we go. Open. There we go. Once we've got them in there, we just combine the files. And this will open up the PDF that's been created for us. And as we can see, we have 6 pages now. And we have the first 3 as our contact sheet with our information on it. And then we have the last 3, which is our selected images, which is also what we're looking for. So we're not done yet because this hasn't been saved. So that's the next stage, is we want to go ahead and save this. And this is when you want to use the naming scheme that's listed in your assignment. So it usually requires you to have your last name and then what week it is and what assignment it is. So week 1 is W1 assignment 3. Go ahead and click save, and then once you've done that, then you just upload it to the classroom and you're all done. So that's how you go about creating a PDF and then combining the 2 PDFs to create one file to upload to the classroom. This will make it a lot easier for all of us to download and then view your images instead of having to download multiple files and then go look at them in whatever preview programs you have. So if you have questions, feel free to contact me in questions for the professor, or you can always email me at jlinvey@aii.edu, and there's also always the phone, so don't hesitate to call. Thanks, and I can't wait to see your work. Bye.